Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, East St. Paul. Good morning, Crystal. Not Carrington, the town. And good morning, Minnetrista. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister in Terry's House of Tubas, Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark.
We've got the tubas.
We got the tubas.
I was not ever good at that thing.
I was pretty good. I played the French horn proudly, which is one of the most difficult instruments to play. I'm not bragging.
No big deal.
I was eventually kicked out of the band by Mr. Morris, our band teacher, our band director. He said I wasn't committed, and he was absolutely right. Absolutely right.
He needed commitment to that French horn.
I was not committed to marching band. I wanted to do drama club, and that was it.
Imagine that.
Yeah, so I left the band in shame.
Sad.
I know.
Took your French horn.
I took my French horn and went away, yeah. I did marching band for 1 year in freshman year, and then my friends were like, girl, you need to
Stop marching.
You need to exit stage left. You are not built for the band. I did get a Letterman's jacket for the band.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get to wear the cool shoulder pad things?
No, we had, let's just be very clear. Number one, it was 1989, so band outfits were hideously ugly.
Oh.
Made of horrible polyester. And number two, we had to wear these hats, these cowboy
the
hats that were,
thingies?
yeah.
Ooh.
It was not attractive. Not that I was getting a lot of dates in freshman year, but I certainly wasn't getting any dates wearing that ensemble.
Polyester just looks so good on everyone.
It does. Speaking of someone who gets a lot of dates, producer Ted.
Said no one ever.
Producer Ted, he's very popular, Kendall. You forget us.
It is true. It is true.
Ted is one of the most popular figures that come out of the Jason Show. He's our show producer. And a couple years ago, right before the COVID started, when we had a studio audience and we can't wait to have people back, right before the COVID started, we did a little prank on people.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how Oprah used to have say, look under your seat, and there would be like a kid under there or like a car or something. Well, we're a very poor show, so we said, look under your seat, and all the audience members looked under their seat, and there were flat Teds. We gave them all laminated pictures of producer Ted. So I was so yesterday I'm at my little side hustle, and I'm going around, hello, how are you doing? How's your mimosa? And then this woman goes, Jason, come here. I go, hi, and she goes, I watch your show, I love you and Kendall. She goes, may I show you something? And I'm always a little afraid. And I said, sure. And she said, I was in the audience one of your last shows before the COVID, and I got one of the flat Teds. And over the last year and a half, my friends and I have taken Ted everywhere. Look at this, Leo. I shot a video of her. Look, there's Ted in Miami drinking. There's Ted in Tampa. There's Ted in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
So she has perfectly placed Ted's mouth so it looks like he's drinking. There's Ted at a bar. So she has taken flat Ted everywhere with her on all of her girls' trips.
Wow.
Yeah.
Commitment.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if Fox wanted to make a little extra money off this little dog and pony show, we should sell the mugs and we should sell flat Teds,
I don't know if he should be like, that's great, or if he should be scared.
I think they were delightful. They were very nice ladies.
Oh, good. So if they kidnap you, it'll be fun.
They were very normal. They weren't scary Larrys. They were very, very normal. Speaking of scary, we're going to spend one more minute on this. If I look a little worried today, it is because immediately after the show, we're doing a future story, and that Kendall has signed me up for. Kendall, why don't you tell the folks what you were forcing me to do today?
Hi, everyone. We're going skijoring at Canterbury Park.
First, I had never heard that word in the English language. Tell the kids what it is.
Sure, Jason. It's when you ski behind something, and in this case, a horse.
A little bit later in the show, I'm going to check our insurance policy. I don't know if Kim Jong-un, if in the Jason Show insurance policy, if cajoring, what is it?
Skijoring
is covered.
Well, it is, because I've already done it once, and so it's fine.
I have a different policy.
Sure do.
It's a little.
You do cost more than me.
I cost a little bit more.
I'm cheaper.
They got you the discount policy.
If Jason doesn't want to do it, here's Kendall.
Exactly. Get Kendall the cheaper policy. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. I got to check with Mim, though, on that policy. She's watching. Text me. Let me know if I'm covered. First up, Oscar nominations come out tomorrow. Really? Oh, if a tree falls. This used to be. Anyway, honoring the very best in Hollywood. But the Razzie Awards, their nominations are out this morning with Hollywood's biggest losers of 2021. Leading the way, Diana the Musical got 9 nominations. The Razzies called it the Netflix version of Broadway's biggest bomb of the year. The musical lasted only 33 performances on Broadway. LeBron James, by the way, got nominated for his role in Space Jam. Okay? So there's just a little sprinkling there. But there was one big surprise from the nominations. Are you ready?
Yep.
Bruce Willis had so many bad movies from the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kendall, he got his own category.
Yay!
He nabbed 8 nominations in the category Worst Performance by a Bruce Willis in a 2021 movie. They are American Siege, Apex, Cosmic Sin, that's also a Pern, by the way, that's an adult film as well. Deadlock, Fortress, I almost said Fortress Midnight, but Fortress is one movie. Midnight in the Switchgrass.
Oh.
Who named that? Out of Death and Survive the Game. The winners, and I say that loosely, will be announced the night before the Oscars. Have you seen any of those Bruce Willis movies?
No, I actually watched Out of Death just to see a trailer, and I couldn't finish the trailer because it got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
0.
I'm not the biggest Bruce Willis fan to begin with.
I didn't even know he had a movie this year.
Yeah, I didn't, let alone 8. Yeah, he's not my cup of tea. I changed the way that I felt about Bruce Willis.
When?
We used to have a reporter here who did features for Fox 9, the morning news, M.A. Roscoe. And she went to a movie junket one time, and Bruce Willis was incredibly mean to her. Not rude, not like, he was just downright crass and mean to M.A.
Really?
Yeah, like, and not even like, people have a bad day. He was just unnecessarily mean. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm out. People can have bad days, but you were just mean. So
we don't like that.
We don't like that. But anyway, so the Razzies come out tomorrow. Next in the dish, we've all had roommates at some point in our lives, right? But a new I couldn't wait to show you this. There's a new Netflix docuseries featuring some big roommate horror stories, and it has the best title ever. The series is called Worst Roommate Ever. Look at this.
I needed a roommate.
I was desperate. This vulnerability can be taken advantage of.
Casey Joy.
Dorothea Puente.
Yusuf Khater.
Jameson Bachman.
He sells himself as a very nice person.
Fun to be with. She seems so sweet.
He seems nice, he's quiet. My mom said, be careful of the quiet ones.
This could be my grandmother.
She played that part so she could take advantage.
Cashing the victim's checks.
It's all about hustling money.
He's so good at lying.
She's been digging a lot of holes.
We found 7 bodies now.
This is how I died.
He's right next door to you.
I used to be a very good person at one time.
I used to be a really good person before I started putting people in freezers.
The docuseries highlights 4 seemingly harmless folks, harmless roommates, who turned into real-life nightmares. It drops on March 1st. Can you imagine? You put an ad out looking for Granny, looking for a Granny roommate. And, Granny Dumplin comes in, and she's like, I'll room with you. and she turns out to start killing your kinfolk and putting him in the deep freeze, your Costco deep freeze.
I don't know if I like this movie.
No, it's not a movie. It's a, I cannot
I don't know
wait.
if I like this show.
Have you ever had a horrible roommate?
No, I've been really lucky in that all my roommates have been my friends, and then I met Jordan, who some days can be a horrible roommate. But we are married, so I guess.
You are married, kinda. Let's be clear. You did forget your name.
I know.
I don't mean to keep drumming up bad stuff, but
Yeah.
your husband did forget your name.
Do you know what he did to me?
No, please.
Can I just tell you?
Yeah, we have 30 seconds before we get a
we're
wrap.
doing no spend February, but anyway, I'm like, oh, well, hey, we've got this weekend when we are going to do something to celebrate my birthday, so what are we going to do? And he was like, I thought we were doing no spend February. I'm like, let's be clear. You missed Christmas, you misspelled my name on my actual birthday and told me I'd get a birthday present later, and now the later is here and you just told me you're not going to get me anything? What happened to Valentine's Day? That's not happening either. I think I'm divorced. I don't know.
I have enough of my own problems.
Eric feels bad for me.
I haven't seen my husband since last St. Patrick's Day.
Lucky
so
you.
We got to take a break. Marriage Counseling 101 continues when we return. Back in a moment.
Coming up next, TMZ will join us live with deets on why the boys of Jackass are in trouble with PETA. Then, we're kicking off a week-long celebration. The Mall of America is turning 30, and today, it's an MOA history lesson with Kendall. And it's back. From parties to pet adventures, you are showing us your weekend. That and more when The Jason Show continues.
This one.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Boom.
All right. This first one's got an international feel. It says, amor, amour, amore. No matter the language, I love you.
Aw, very sweet.
Bueno. There you go.
Uh-oh.
That's very nice. But the first draft said, amor, amour, amore. It's pronounced armoire, Rick. Maybe Duolingo just isn't your thing. Here's one that has a cute bagel theme. It says, you're my everything, we're bagels. That's nice, that's nice. But the first draft said, you're my everything, but I need some sesame time.
I gotta purchase that one. Colbert reading first draft Valentine's cards for our late night rewind. That's a good one. I'm gonna buy that one. You know, on Mondays we get a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Please give it up for our good friend Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Good morning, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing really well. It is a new week, and unfortunately, more drama between Kim and I can't believe again, Kim and Kanye. Not what now?
Well, over the weekend it got pretty nasty, Jason, with some messages exchanged, especially on social media, where Kanye not only outed one of Kim's cousins for allegedly asking for a pair of Yeezys, but he also got a little more serious, saying that Kim had accused Kanye of possibly ordering a hit on her. Now, he didn't really get specific as to how he heard the information or what the exact details of what he was told are, but nonetheless, he's been upset. He claims Kim wouldn't allow him to take their children to Chicago. Then yesterday we saw him with the kids here in LA. So there has been a lot of back and forth, Jason, and you just wonder when a judge is going to step in this divorce and kind of put things to an end or put some sort of public gag order on him or something.
Yeah, because you're not shaming her, you're shaming the children. It's like, you're not hurting her. It's just going to be embarrassing for the kids eventually.
I know, and that's the thing. I mean, he has since deleted these posts, but as you know, with celebrities, nothing disappears from the internet.
Next in the dish, I told the folks, I saw Jackass Forever. I love this franchise. I don't know why. People don't expect me to like it, but I do. But the folks at PETA not loving it so much.
Yeah, I went on Friday too, Jason. I'm with you. I think it's hilarious. But there were a lot of animals used during the film. And while you hear the stars kind of say, hey, be careful, don't injure whatever animal or don't swipe away any animal that was involved, PETA's upset and they want some sort of investigation done into the treatment of animals. As you know, there's a stunt there with a spider. They say that the spider was coaxed to bite someone. They say that a snake was agitated. There was a bear used as well. So PETA has kind of laid out these complaints. Now, I highly doubt there's going to be an investigation or any sort of criminal action taken, but nonetheless, they're upset about it.
Yeah, and the Humane Society was on the set, and you know as well as I do, I don't think Johnny Knoxville's overly worried about PETA.
No, I think, and look, he was the main voice, Jason, during the whole movie who said, hey, be cautious of this animal or don't upset this animal. So I think they're going to be in the clear.
Yeah. Finally, Billie Eilish was in the news over the weekend. What happened?
She threw a little shade at Travis Scott. She had a show in Atlanta, of course, a sold-out stadium show, or arena show, I should say. And there was a part there where there was a fan in the audience, and Billie could tell that there was some sort of distress with that fan. She completely stopped the show. She said, hey, I'm going to make sure my fans are okay before I continue. And, of course, if you know anything about what happened in Houston with Astroworld, Travis Scott continued to perform as fans lost their lives in his audience.
Well, good for Billie. Passing out the inhalers. Yes.
Good to see.
Good to see. Brad, have a good week, my friend.
You too. I appreciate it, Jason.
Thank you. More of these stories at TMZ.com. Kendall, I'm going to make a proclamation here, and I'm speaking for the audience.
Okay.
In season 1 and 2 of our show, we had a little, not a swear jar, but we had a jar for every time we mentioned Kim Kardashian. Because I've said from the beginning, these people do not fascinate me. I'm not interested in them. I couldn't care less. I couldn't give a river rat's rear about these people. And then I got a little loosey-goosey on it, and we started talking about them. Now, I can't stand them again. If I hear one more story about Kanye and Kim and Pete and Shotgun Kelly and all, so I'm done. So we are now, I've talked to the producer Jeff, executive producer Jeff, Ted. I'm telling you, we are reinstating the ban on Kim and Kanye stories. Unless they simultaneously cure a disease or they are eaten by a T-Rex. We're not talking about them.
But why can't we talk about Kim?
Well, no.
She didn't do anything wrong.
No, she didn't. No, she's there too. I'm done. We're done. Again, the two criteria, they cure a disease or they're eaten by a dinosaur.
But the Kardashians.
Nope, I'm sorry, Kendall. Nope, we're done. I'm gonna sign it.
Okay.
Here's my executive order. It's done. So from now on, we're not doing, and I mean it, I don't care what they do. I don't care if they reopen Kmart. We're not doing it. Why did I pick Kmart?
Why of all places?
No, nothing.
K?
Nothing. I don't care what we're not talking about them. And I think you guys go to Facebook, I think you're with me, and you're gonna like the show more. Next in the dish. Julia Gardner, or Julie Garner, as Ted calls her, from Ozark, was on with Andy Cohen last night. And she was asked a very interesting question by a viewer. Look.
Hi, Laura and Margaret. What's your question?
There have been rumors that you are going to be in the running for Madonna's biopic. Can you spill the tea if you're being considered? And have you been in talks with Madonna herself?
I mean, as I sit here and look at you, I see it. I'm looking at the album cover for the first album.
You know as much as I do.
Well, I do know that she follows you on Instagram, and that ain't easy to come by. Wow. Well, let me say this. This is brilliant if it's happening, so I'm very excited. Yeah, no, you said nothing. Everything's good.
No.
Yeah, right.
Couple things. First, I'm with Andy. If this is happening, it's brilliant. Number 2, it is happening. If this was so out of left field, she would have been like, no,
Right.
She can't say anything. She's under like a gag order. They can't say anything. The contracts haven't been signed. But she's absolutely talking to Madonna.
She has to be. I mean, and they've finished I believe they finished the whole script, because I know that Diablo Cody's now done because she's done her part. So.
It's done. It's happening. And again, with Andy, I'm with Andy. It's perfect. She's so good. Again, I can't say it enough. if you don't watch Ozark, go watch Ozark. Julia has been a regular since the beginning. Ruth is my favorite character. And she was on with Fallon a couple nights ago, and her father, I think, is an arts professor or whatever. He's in the arts world. And she said something so interesting. She is inspired by paintings. Because Jimmy goes, how do you, she's really rageful in the last episode of the season. And she referenced a painting that's basically of like a Medusa type character and the Medusa screaming. And she was, I'm inspired by the art that I see. And the rageful Medusa is what inspired her in that last scene. If you've seen the finale, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
She's very angry. She's having a very bad day. You can watch Ozark on Netflix. Next in the dish, CBS Sunday Morning, you know we love that show around here, spoke to my people yesterday. They featured a story that makes things solely for those of us who are left-handed. Look.
This could be any gift and gadget shop.
There's scissors, notebooks, and pens.
But these items and scores of other products in this store are specifically designed for left-handed people. Take this pastry server. The sharp cutting edge is on the left side, so...
The correct side, we like to say.
You may recall the leftorium from The Simpsons.
Wow, what an icebreaker! Left-handed ledges. Now I can write all the way to the edge.
You got to see the whole story. There's the store there in San Francisco, and the owner is actually, the irony is, a righty. A righty. Mm-hmm. There's another store, too, at Disney Springs in Orlando that has left-handed things. You and we are both left-handed folks, right?
Yes,
I will tell you my biggest thing, two things. Notebooks, school notebooks, you get, they're not made for left-handed people. You end up smudging, because we do look unusual writing, because...
Yeah, I never noticed it until I watched someone else who's left-handed write, and then I'm like, that looks funny.
Yeah, we do write. Yeah, and number two, credit card machine placements, like or any pin attached to like a bank teller's desk. Mm-hmm. It's not made for us. No. I always have to move the machine to be able to sign it.
That is true.
Because they put the machine close to the counter. Because right-handed people don't need to. Here's the counter. Here's the credit card machine. So right-handed people have all this, we have to we can't really write.
You get like a little tiny spot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Those are my two. Do you have any that?
It's the pen at the bank, because I'm always like, and then whiteboards and chalkboards, because while you're writing, you
smear
erase what you wrote.
Yeah.
But the one lady in it was like, oh, it's so hard. I'm like, oh, give me a break. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I'm not complaining that much. I mean, there are bigger issues. Next in the dish, it's been a busy couple weeks for the folks over at NBC. The Winter Olympics are underway in China, and they air the Super Bowl on Sunday. And for one man, that means a lot of travel. Studio host Mike Tirico is cutting his time in Beijing short. Tonight will be his final night hosting primetime coverage from China. He'll fly back to NBC Sports headquarters in Connecticut to host on Wednesday and Thursday, and then fly to LA to anchor Olympic and Super Bowl coverage through Sunday. Then he flies back to Connecticut to host the final week of the Olympics from there. And then he comes to guest host The Jason Show, because I'm going on another vacation. And then I'm just kidding. Don't write me. I'm not until July. Craig Melvin will be one of the few remaining on-air people left in Beijing. He is staying for the entire games. NBC didn't put a big crew out there like they usually do because of diplomatic entanglements and the COVID, various things.
I want Steve Kornacki to make a graph for us
of
where Tirico's flying today.
And by the way, this is the first time in 7 seasons I've said diplomatic entanglements on this show.
And Kardashians.
Kendall!
Swear jar!
I'm not kidding. I'm going to put the jar back out. And if you, and then we'll donate it to charity.
Oh, good.
Yeah, like the Jason Matheson Foundation. And then so we'll get a little jar, and then you have to give $1. I'm not kidding. That's what we used to do. Shane did it.
I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm. Shane did it. We'll be right back in a moment. Stay with us.
You can have it all. You have a
Let's be clear, no parent ever looked that happy walking out of FAO shorts. Welcome back. How's that for a throwback? A vintage Mall of America commercial from 1997. I remember that jingle. Place for the fun in your life. Mall of America. Anyway, welcome back. The iconic mall here in the Twin Cities is celebrating 30 years this year. It opened in August of 1992 on the site of the old Met Stadium. Today, we're kicking off a series on the MOA, going behind the scenes and looking back at some of the biggest moments over 30 years. And first up, my darling Kendall. Learned some things about the mall that you may not know.
I have a giant bag, I have a coffee, and I have a vice president here, Dan Jasper, to show me the Mall of America that I've been coming to since I was a child. But there are so many trinkets and bits of history here. Why not start at home plate?
This is the exact location of home plate from the old Metropolitan Stadium. This is where greats like Harmon Killebrew, Rod Carew, Tony Oliva, this is where they did all their batting. And it honors the Minnesota sports history that was part of this property. Most people don't even recognize.
What?
We don't heat Mall of America. There's no central heating.
And it's from this, right?
It's from that and from our body heat. That's what heats this building, believe it or not. But when you walk around, notice all the plants, 30,000 live plants. But also notice the floor slopes and undulates. People don't even notice that. It was designed that way, so subconsciously you think you're outside at a theme park. Sunlight, live plants, rolling floor. Little things people walk by right here on this tree.
What? There's little tangerines in the tree.
We have tangerines, we have a pineapple plant, we have a lemon tree. All this stuff growing here inside Mall of America. People don't realize it. Mall of America is actually the unofficial site of the most official and unofficial world records in the world unofficially.
I'm sorry, you're going to say that again.
We're the unofficial site of the most official and unofficial world records in the world, unofficially speaking. So we have lots of Guinness World Records, but we also have a lot of other big things that we've done here at Mall of America. For instance, right here, we had the Guinness World Record, the largest gathering of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ever when we opened this ride.
3, 2, 1.
And also on this spot, right behind us, from that elevator bank all the way out to here, we built the world's largest gingerbread house, 67 feet tall. It almost went to that gray ceiling. 14,500 pounds of gingerbread, 4,500 pounds of frosting, 2 tons of candy, 350,000 people walked through the gingerbread house, and we raised $150,000 for charity, Guinness World Records.
I feel like you deserve a world record for remembering all these numbers, Dan.
And then one day I walked up, and there's a guy about my age licking the gingerbread house, and not a tip of the tongue lick. He did one of those.
Was this a dare?
And I said 2 words to him. I said, no. And I said, why? And his honest to God answer was, I had to make sure it's really gingerbread house. I found out later from an entertainment team member, like once a week, he came and licked the gingerbread.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. This coin actually marks the 50-yard line of Old Metropolitan Stadium. Every coin flip, 174 games, preseason, regular season, postseason of the Minnesota Vikings took place right here. NFL history was made on this site. Wow. December 28, 1975, the Minnesota Vikings were playing the hated Dallas Cowboys. The Vikings were winning with less than 2 minutes left in the playoffs.
Yes.
Cold Minnesota day, right?
Yes.
Roger Staubach took a hike right from this pipe. He fell back. Carl Eller, Alan Page, Jim Marshall were rushing at him, the Purple People Eaters. He closed his eyes, he threw a pass. Drew Pearson pushed off. Should have been a penalty.
Should have.
Caught the game-winning pass. The media asked Roger, how'd you ever make that pass? He grew up Catholic. He said, I closed my eyes and I said,
Hail Mary.
A Hail Mary. The first time that was ever used in NFL history, right here. Hail Mary.
That wasn't fair. I'm holding a coffee.
But let me show you something from Camp Snoopy days that people walk by. You've never noticed. I'll guarantee you this.
Okay.
There were craftsmen that helped make Knott's Camp Snoopy. So look behind me and you'll see an eagle and a bear. There, you've walked by 1,000 times. You've never noticed that.
No. You can't talk about the legacy of the Mall of America without talking about the Rotunda. I remember my memory of the Rotunda is boy bands.
I remember when Jonas Brothers were here, 4,000 screaming 12-year-old girls, or the cast of Twilight, right? 5,000 screaming 12-year-old girls, or Zac Efron when there were like 8,000 screaming 12-year-old girls, or when New Kids on the Block came and there were like 12,000 screaming moms. So much activity happens here. When you were growing up, you have fond memories of this space.
Yes.
That's true for thousands and thousands of people. And this is also part of our future, because we'll continue to do experiences that capture the heart and create memories. And that's what makes this place so special.
Couldn't agree more. I'm going to say this a lot over the next month, or as we said, I know it's fashionable for eye rolls and, locals, and that's true no matter where you are. If you're, if you're in Seattle, the Space Needle probably is, nothing. We take it for granted sometimes, and I know locals don't always like going to the Mall of America. Oh, it's touristy. I, for one, I love it. I'm there. I really, not so much right now, but I'm usually there on Saturdays. I go, it's a routine of mine, and I will actually take you through my routine. But I genuinely love it.
I do too, and I was talking to Dan about that, about how the locals who do it, you know how to do it right too. You know where your stores are, what you like to eat, you know when to go.
Yep.
So it was cool seeing all of that, all those things I've never noticed in all those years at the mall.
And it's clear Dan hates his job.
I know, he really loathed having to give me a tour.
He hates his job. I love Dan. Next week, I'll take you behind the scenes of the mall to a place few get to see. You will, yeah, I had a good time. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back. By the way, eagle-eyed viewers of our show will remember this. Jeff found it. There's the actual Kim Kardashian swear jar from season 1. There it is. Those are all the pennies Kendall just put in. To which I asked the question, who has pennies anymore?
Everyone plays with cash.
Okay. It's time for the Monday mailbag. Hit it, Leo.
You've got mail.
We're responding to your questions, comments, hate, I'm joking, and messages about the show. First up, a message from Tommy. Hi, Tommy. He shared this picture asking, see any familiar faces? Oh, look at that. That's, wow. The students in a 6th grade social studies class created biography boxes about people who have had an impact on Minnesota and its history. And I was selected with one of the students along with others like Marion Ross, Bob Dylan, and Josh Hartnett. Tommy wanted me to know I'm part of history and my life has been studied by at least one student.
That's so cute.
Oh my goodness. Hey, and Colin got on there too. Look at that. I mean,
that's really cool.
That's awesome.
We gotta figure out who that kid is.
We gotta get that kid in here. Oh, that's okay. That made my week. That's really cool. Next up, a few reactions to our staff best thing ever show from Friday. Patty, hi Patty, says, Kendall, I have to thank you for recommending the urban pie with cauliflower crust. So good. The crust, the sauce, the cheese. Okay. And Julie had an observation. First, she said, thanks to Kendall and I for wearing red, of course. Then Julie says, executive producer Jeff looks like he had a facelift.
It's that new cream. Is it the night cream? It's the night cream.
No, he's had extensive plastic surgery. He doesn't want me to tell anyone, but he was in a couple months ago for a full brow and eye lift. That's right.
It was a lot.
That's right. He sleeps in a chamber.
One of those oxygen chambers.
No, he's had no work done, but we got that email. We laughed. It was the first. Jeff goes, wait till you see this email we got from a viewer that thinks I've had plastic surgery. No, Jeff is naturally beautiful. Nanette had a question after watching one of our before the shows on Facebook. She writes, simple. Is director Leo married? Va-va-va-voom.
Was it the curling?
Yeah. What melted your butter? The extensive talk of curling?
Or the remote control usage?
Or the use of 4 words every show? What revved the engine? I just need to know. Leo, how you doing? Fine. Okay. Finally, Rachel shared a photo after we talked about squirrels last week. Producer Ted, if you don't know, has a squirrel problem. I can't even read this. Producer Ted has a squirrel problem in his backyard, and photographer Eric carries walnuts to give to squirrels. Who do we work with? Rachel says, this is my picture of my pet gray squirrel, Echo. In May, I'll have had him 4 years. I can relate to your photographer who carries walnuts with him. I often find nuts and seeds in my bags, my laundry, my plants, you name it. I love you so much. These were the best letters ever this week. Yes, Kendall, quick question.
Can you potty train a squirrel?
I don't know. Did you really just ask that?
That was
We're
my
trying
first
to win
thought.
an Emmy, Kendall.
It's my first thought.
We should submit this show and put it up against, the Iowa opera again. You can stay connected with us on social media. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search for Jason Show TV and our personal accounts as well. Kendall Mark and Jason Matheson. We'll be back right after this. I can so relate to your...
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back. It's the question many of us ask. Why does Eric have nuts in his wallet, or in his pants, or his pocket? In his pocket? Like this. He literally pulled this out of his pants pocket in that commercial break. No, it's not that question, though. It's asked on a Monday morning, how was your weekend? Today, we asked you that on our Jason Show Facebook page to, once again, show us your weekend. Well, we got dozens of great photos, and here are just a few. First up, Caroline, hi Caroline, shared this picture. She was representing Vikings Nation at the Pro Bowl in Vegas. Looking good, my friend. Next, Christina, hi Christina, celebrated her beautiful grandmother's 90th birthday. Can I just say, she does not look, that's 90? Oh my goodness. I mean, that's why Jeff had to have extensive... Kanu celebrated Valentine's Day a little early with her girlfriends. Hi. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And Crystal shared this photo saying her best friend organized a surprise birthday party for her at Granite City. Nothing like a good surprise party. I love that. Happy birthday. We got plenty of pet photos as well. Abby shared this photo of her daughter Greta and fur nephew Huck shooting some hoops. Oh, look at that. Pretty puppy. Looks like a golden, right? Probably a golden, Kendall? Golden?
Or a yellow lab.
Yeah, yellow lab? Yeah, I don't know. Why I'm asking you like you're the pet doctor. April said her family watched the Clifford movie and her dog loved it. Look at that. So cute. And Carrie shared this picture saying they finalized the adoption of Matilda with Rough Start Rescue. Look at Matilda, Kendall.
Cute.
Hi, sweetheart. So cute. Congratulations. Many of you were oot in a boot this weekend, having fun indoors and outdoors. Patty says a crazy game of Tinsy using spatulas. It's like playing spoons, but safer. I've never played that.
I haven't either. Tensies.
I don't even know how you play spoons.
Oh, you grab the spoon, and if you're the last one to grab the spoon, you're out?
I've never played spoons in my life.
Okay.
You need to teach me. I don't know how to play that.
It's very easy.
Tina went to the Winter Flower Show at the Como Conservatory in St. Paul. Look at that. Winter never happens in there. It's beautiful. If you're visiting from out of town, you got to go to the Como Conservatory if you're watching us from a hotel room. Alexis went to an ice bocce ball game tournament in Moose Lake. She says it was windy but so fun. Only in Minnesota will we play bocce in February. God bless us here in Minnesota. Jenny sent us this picture. Hi, Jenny. Saying first time ice fishing. Oh, look at him. Yeah, remember last year, Kendall, you sent me ice fishing for the first time.
And you caught a fish.
I did. And I went back with my own free will.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a good time. And Jennifer visited the ice castles with her family. Those are so beautiful. Good looking family too, my friends. Props to some local scouts this morning. Colleen shared this picture showing Troop 174 from Chaska doing a wreath cleanup at Fort Snelling Cemetery.
Good for you.
Good, like doing some good there. And finally, some cute kids. Rachel shared this picture of Brielle. She says she's now the head pilot of Minnie Mouse Airlines. And she loves our intro song. Look at that. Hi, sweetheart. You know I love that good, I love a good Disney plane. And Sherry says Ruby had a slight mishap getting into her play car. Oh, that looks like Kendall last Sunday. I'm just saying. Uber. Thanks for all your pictures. We really appreciate it. You can see them all. We obviously couldn't showcase them all. You can see all of them on the Jason Show Facebook page. Isn't that great?
It's so cute. The little kids are just adorable.
I still need to learn how to play spoons. Now I'm really intrigued.
Very easy.
What's the general point?
Well, so if somebody grabs a spoon, essentially it's a card game, but if somebody grabs a spoon, you also have to grab a spoon and hope nobody else sees you grab a spoon. And so by the end, when everybody notices all the spoons are gone, it gets really competitive and people start elbowing. It's a card game. But spoons are involved.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I could play that. Thanks for all your pictures. We'll be right back. Back in a moment.
Easy.
I know, it sounds, I don't know. Is it fun? Hi, everyone. We're not doing this for the shortest segment. We're saving that till tomorrow. I just got a very judgy text message from my spouse. Would you like to hear it?
Hi, Colin.
I can't believe you don't know how to play spoons. Okay, so it's a card game. You have 4 cards in your hand.
It's time for the world's shortest segment. Roll it, Leo. Oh, I said we're not gonna. Thank you, Leo. I'm sorry. I'm messing with the. I can't believe you don't know how to play spoons.
I can't believe it.
To go with our Mall of America story earlier, last week the mall posted a picture of the first ever Rainforest Cafe. Look at that. That opened on the first level in the mall in 1994. Since then, it's expanded to 24 locations around the world. In 2016, the cafe moved to level 3 in the mall. The restaurant was created by Minnesotan Steven Schuessler. Hi, Steven. He's a good guy. Created T-Rex and much more. We'll be back right after this. Delete. Welcome back. Oh, we're having some fun today. My dear friends, you know what time it is. It's time for the surprise goodbye. We don't know what's in it until now. A story that could lead to you cleaning your car. You've got to see this video of a woman's car in Wyoming. Let's look at this together. A mechanic shot video of her car. As you can see, it's full of garbage, including piles of frozen food boxes. The woman just wanted to get her window fixed, but instead is getting a lot of traction online. Oh my goodness.
This gives me anxiety, like a lot of anxiety.
Oh, me too. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's go back to Colin's message.
Oh, God. Speaking of anxiety.
I can't believe you don't know how to play spoons. Okay, so it's a card game. You have 4 cards in your hand, and you're trying to get 4 of a kind. And it's a speed game. So as quick as you can, you pick up a card, and then you have to discard a card every time to the person next to you. And you're going quickly trying to get 4 of a kind.
And when you have them, you grab
As soon as you get 4 of a kind, you grab a spoon, or as soon as you see someone else grab a spoon, you grab a spoon. There's always 1 less spoon than there are players. So the person that didn't get it.
I have no idea.
It's so simple. You can play it with your grandma. Or like 10-year-olds.
I don't have, my grandmas are gone.
Me too. You could play with me.
I'll play with you.
Okay.
We'll play spoons together.
Okay.
And Colin can teach us.
I know how to play, Jason.
Yeah. Colin knows it all. I will just ask him tomorrow. The show tomorrow on the show we'll be chatting with the host of Ruffery of the Puppy Bowl. Plus, producer Ted recaps all the drama in The Bachelor. That's tomorrow. Go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. We'll see you tomorrow, everyone.